Okay, I'd like to talk about putting today. And if you think of putting as it relates to everything else we do in golf, the tour player that putts the best on any given week seems to always be the winner. When you go to the driving range, 70% of the people are hitting balls, very few are over here putting. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you about the most important part of the game without any question, and that's putting. Okay, what I want to talk about in this clip is I want to talk about how to get ready to putt. I think it's important. The second thing we're going to talk about is the stroke itself. What is the stroke composed of? And the third thing is I'm going to end with some drills. But I have one ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to have each student that I ever work with take a golf ball with a ring on it and have it be able to turn end over end like a blur going to the hole. And we'll show that at the end of the clip. Colin, why don't you come down here, and what we're going to do is we're going to use Colin as our pupil here, and what we're going to talk about is his golf grip number one. And when you putt, most of the players, different types of putters grips, but what I'm going to talk to you about is a reverse four-finger overlap. What it does, it seems to bring both of your hands in as more of a unit. And I'm also going to talk about how your hand should be slightly under. So go ahead like you're going to putt. And we're working a little bit on the grip here. And what Colin is doing is we've got his forefinger that is reversing over the top of his right hand. His hands are slightly under. Now he can make a stroke that's simple and easy. Okay? So with Colin's grip, we're encouraging him to get his hands slightly under, and what it does, it locks in so that you don't use as much wrist compared to, you'd never want to use a regular golfer's grip here because there's too much wrist play, slightly under. The other thing is we're taking his forefinger on his left hand, and you can see where it's kind of overlapping. It's called a reverse forefinger overlap. And it puts his hands in a position to make a good putting stroke, which we're going to talk about. Okay, Colin, get ready to putt. There's a few things in the setup that are very, very important. The first one is I want to get him close enough to the ball where his eyes are over the target line. So with Colin, he's probably going to have to push his butt back and bend over a little more. Now see, his eyes are over the target line. Number two, the ball position is a little bit up from center. The reason why we do that is we always want to hit a putt on the upstroke. When you see people that putt with the ball back in their stance, they tend to hit it on the downstroke, and they end up having a lot of side spin. The other thing I'm going to ask, if you just turn sideways like this, just turn sideways like you're going to putt. Go ahead and get putt like you're going to putt over there. In the setup, we want his hips over his heels and his shoulders in line with his hands. Now, there's a lot of information, but it's very important you get a person set up. When we talk about the setup, again, there's some very important things that we want to do other than the grip. Number one, our eyes should be over the target line pretty much. Justin Leonard is a little inside, some people, but generally over the target line. So you have to bend over, and you'll notice how good Colin's posture is. It's very important also. Number two, we want to play the ball position a little bit forward in our stance, so we putt it and hit it on the upstroke. We play it in the back, we tend to hit it on the downstroke. We don't want that. The other thing is our shoulders and hands should be underneath each other. Good posture will allow that. Now our hips are over our heels, so posture is important in putting also. So we have a good grip, eyes over the ball, better ball position, good posture. And we have a hip over heel, shoulder over hands. Great, great setup, Colin. So, a couple of things now. We're going to talk about the stroke. A couple little bonus things that will help you when you putt. When you make a putt, you want to keep the same rhythm of stroke all the way through. We're not going to go short, straight back punch it. We're not going to go long back and quit, but the rhythm should be the same, back and through, trying to feel the rhythm of your shoulders. What I'm going to do, I always try to make sure that I take 1 or 2 practice strokes because I'm trying to feel the distance. And for learning experience, I've got this ball. You know what our objective is to make that ball roll over end. So I put this in, ball position, eyes over the ball, and I'm going to make a shoulder motion back and through. Okay, I want to talk about 3 drills that I think will be very important in learning to control the distance. But before I do that, a question seems to be brought up quite often, is that when we putt, should we keep our wrists real stiff? And you know, what sort of tension do we have in our arms? What I'm going to say is this, is when I make this stroke, if I go right shoulder to the right, left shoulder to the right, and I have a gate motion, sometimes you'll notice my wrist will kind of flip a little bit. And that's okay. So don't get hung up on the fact that things have to be real tight. So the first drill that I would encourage people to do, it's called look at the hole, look at the ball, look at the hole, look at the ball. Now go ahead and look at the hole and putt. I don't know why they keep going in, but... So here's the other drill. Look at the hole, look at the ball. Look at the hole, look at the ball. Close your eyes and hit the ball with your eyes closed. So what you're trying to do, if I was throwing a coin, I wouldn't be looking at the coin and throwing the coin, would I? So distance, those are two great drills. Let me close with maybe the best drill of all, which I call the Tiger Woods putting drill. Tiger Woods goes to every event and he putts with his right hand only. And if I was to stand here like this, I'll do it from 2 angles. We're going to go right shoulder, left shoulder. I want to feel the rhythm of it. I don't want to force it, do I? So I'll walk in, go through my little routine. I like to put my finger here. I go right shoulder, left shoulder. See the ball? I pushed it a little bit. It was rolling. Right shoulder, left shoulder. It gives you a feel of rhythm, and it forces you to be a better putter. So let me close by saying this. Maybe the ultimate point that you watch the guys in the tour make is when they putt, they keep their head there till the ball's halfway there. That will make everything else be part of a complement to putting.